As far as the Indian scenario is concerned, there are about 20 million people with active filariasis in the country. The most of the cases are caused by Wuchereria bancrofti, 98%. And if you talk about the geographical distribution, it is mainly centered around the river basins in the eastern and the western fringes of the country. So very important, we have to identify the disease and the underlying pathology, and for that we need to go for laboratory diagnosis. So for laboratory diagnosis, again, blood examination is the mainstay of diagnosis, and we have to detect the microfilaria in the blood. Remember, presence of microfilaria in the blood and detection is very important in clinching the diagnosis of filariasis. Microfilaria of Wuchereria bancrofti circulate in the peripheral blood with a regular nocturnal periodicity. Therefore, to diagnose bancroftian filariasis, blood must be taken during night, optimally between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. In adults, blood should be obtained from the finger, and in infants from the heels. Thick and thin smears are prepared. The thick smear is dehomogenized, and both the smears are stained with hematoxylin or Giemsa stain. The smears are then examined under microscope for the presence of characteristic microfilaria. You have already been taught about the characteristic features of the microfilaria. In case of Wuchereria bancrofti, it is a shift microfilaria with nuclei not extending to the tip of the tail. In cases of light infection or when samples are collected at suboptimal times, membrane filtration, centrifugation and sedimentation are the techniques that may help to detect circulating microfilaria. In areas where microfilaria is nocturnal or is present throughout the day but at low levels, microfilaria may be induced to appear in the blood during the day by giving diethyl carbamazine in a single dose of 2 mg per kg body weight. Microfilaria can also be seen in microscopic mounts of anticoagulated blood by their undulating motion. Another method is accreting orange microhematocrit tube technique that can be used for the detection of microfilaria. As regards detection of adult worms, they can be seen in the biopsied lymph node, and the calcified worm may be seen on X-ray examination. Immunodiagnosis is also there. You can detect antibodies to the larval antigens, and also molecular diagnosis, that is polymerase chain reaction, is available for Wuchereria bancrofti and also for Brugia malai. So these are the lab diagnostic features in general. As regards Brugia malai, the clinical features are almost same. The only difference is here the elephantiasis is restricted mainly in the limbs, and also by the characteristic microfilaria you can examine it in the blood. Treatment is by diethyl carbamazine, which is the drug of choice. It is given in a dose of 6 mg per kg body weight daily in divided doses for 12 days. It kills microfilaria, but its action on adult worms is much less dramatic. As regards prophylaxis of the disease, we can well understand that it is by the control of the vector, that is the mosquitoes, by which we can control the disease. So killing of the mosquitoes by spraying of insecticides is the mainstay of the program. But one more thing that you have to know regarding these filarial worms is that you have to know little bit about the other worms also, like the Loa loa and Onchocerca volvulus. Loa loa and Onchocerca volvulus are mainly prevalent in the African countries and also in the Central and South American countries, but sporadic cases of Loa loa have been reported in our country also. So we will be dealing with a few details of these two parasites.